York Prep School is an independent school on the Upper West Side teaching 6th through 12th, 360 students in small classes where you get great teaching, great college guidance, and go to great colleges.
In 1969, we opened our doors, and from the get-go, we had a huge range of educational background from these students.
I was in public school before York. I kind of like private school a lot more because it's smaller and you get more attention from the teachers, which is definitely good to do.
The teachers here, they love what they do and they have experience in the field that they're teaching with, so they all bring a different energy than just a teacher that comes in every day and just teaches.
The teachers here are top-notch teachers. Our kids come home all the time and they're talking about their teachers. They really do a great job at transitioning kids into a very heavily academic environment.
Every single person on the planet learns differently, and it's our responsibility to help students become aware of how they learn, and then once we do that, every child can experience success.
From the very beginning we had tracking because we had these bright students, some of whom were very gifted in math but might have a weakness in English, some of whom were gifted in English and math, some of whom were weak. We had all over the lot these children, and our goal was to put them in a class in which if they worked, they succeeded.
The student can excel and make potentially straight A's in whatever level they're at. And that can moderate and change depending upon their strengths and weaknesses throughout the different subjects. And they are brilliant at communicating and setting to right what needs to be fixed.
We discovered along the way that there were some very, very gifted students, and for them we developed a scholars program where they have 8 extra courses a year and they get a scholars diploma at the end and they have to produce a thesis. But there were also students who needed extra support. That's the Jumpstart program. These students meet their Jumpstart teacher, who's a learning specialist, before school, after school, and then twice a week they're pulled out of non-academic classes to meet their Jumpstart teacher one-on-one.
The goal is for the student to become independent. So it's skill building versus getting a homework assignment done. I have constant communication with my Jumpstart students' teachers, with their parents. We're all on the same page and we're all supporting that student with their learning needs.
Combined with tracking, the goal is to challenge each student appropriately, but you can be in Jumpstart as well as being in the Scholars Program. One doesn't preclude the other.
I've been a part of Scholars at York for the past 4 years. My classmates and I take additional classes on top of our workload that range from a variety of topics. This year I'm a senior and I know that adding my Scholars credits to my college application will be a huge plus.
We start the college guidance program in January of the junior year. I think one of the bigger fears is that most parents in New York City do not want me to put on the list some college that no one has ever heard of. I have to work to get parents to understand it has to be the best for the student, where the student's going to be success. We ask the parents to stay out of it as much as possible because the student is our client, my client, in terms of getting them into college.
New York students are unapologetic about who they are. New York City kids are a product of their environment, and one of the advantages of teaching at York is obviously the access to New York City. We're 10 blocks south of the Natural History Museum, and we're just north of Lincoln Center.
We get them out into the park as often as we can. It is a fantastic resource. We have volleyball, track, golf, and basketball.
I think the great thing about York is their goal is to help kids. And for me, my whole life in school and my grades completely turned around since I came here because of the want to help kids in the school.
You know, the beautiful thing about this school is you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get academics, you're going to get a great arts program, and that alone, I think, is worth the price of admission.
York Prep is a very nice place to come to school. It should be fun to come to York Prep, and it's a place where we want to give each child the opportunity to shine if they work.
We're very concerned that each student find a pace, find a rhythm, and find a sense of success. And that if you had to ask us what our mission statement is, it's that each student find their success.